Okay, Ty, I'm here. What's up? What's up? I'm good. How are you? I'm good. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. I literally just started. You're the first right now on my channel. You're the first right now. You're the first on my channel right now. Damn, I should have brought my phone maybe. Doesn't matter. Yes, thank you, Ty. Make the pin chat before everybody comes. We're literally under 2 minutes right now. Under 2 minutes. Mm. Thank you for the pin chat, yo. Thank you for the pin chat. I appreciate all the support. Jackson, what's up, Jackson? I see you. 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 Did you guys have a good day? Did you have a good Wednesday? Did you have a good Wednesday? Jackson said you have really nice teeth. I know that's a random thing to say, but they are perfectly. I don't have perfect teeth. Actually, this tooth goes over this one. This tooth goes over this one. I have crooked teeth a little bit, but thank you, Jackson. How have you been, Jackson? I haven't seen Jackson in a minute. Jackson has been on my channel before. Cool guy. I like Jackson. Ooh. Okay. Oops. Oh, damn. What's up? Yeah, I remember you. You had some really nice questions last time. And I like when people come on my live and they have good questions to ask, because usually people, you know, people don't have good questions. But I'm doing good. I feel good today. I have some work to do right now, but I'm good. Are you having a good week so far? We're halfway through the week already, which is crazy. Which is crazy to say. It's crazy to say for sure. Whoa. So what I'm working on right now is editing the draft of my book. And the book is about all the paintings that I've done over the last 4 years. You know? It's about all of that. So this book is inspired by all the paintings that I've done. It's inspired by my creative process. If you could change one law or rule from society, what would you pick? You know, there's some places in the world where you're guilty until proven innocent, And I think that's a very dangerous system to be in because anyone can put you in the mud. I think you're better off living in a system where you're innocent until proven guilty, which is the other way around. Not that we're talking about law and so on, you know? That's my outlook on the way people get tried in court. That's my outlook on that, you know? What about you, Jackson? What would you do? What would you do? I'm curious. What's up, Albanian girl? What's up? Assad, what's up? Did you guys have a good day? Did you guys have a good Wednesday? What time is it where you guys are at? What time is it where you guys are at right now? (10:21). Okay, me and Assad are in the same time zone. I'm also at 10:21 right now. You know. Matthew, what's up, Matthew? What's up? Matthew has been here before. You know, Matthew's a cool guy. Matthew's a cool. I forgot where Matthew, where are you from, by the way? I think I forgot. Create a new document. Albanian girl is an hour behind me. Okay. Jackson said, I would change the suing system because in America there was a guy who broke into a school and paralyzed himself in the process and got millions of dollars. Really? He broke into the school, got paralyzed while he was breaking into the school, and then he made millions of dollars? What? That doesn't even make sense. Albanian girl said, do you have a Discord? I don't. I have a community segment on my YouTube channel. That's where everybody shares their artwork. That's where everybody shares what they've been up to. You know? Eleanor, what's up? I haven't seen Eleanor in a long time. Jackson said he fell through the glass ceiling and blamed the school's construction. Why was he on the ceiling? That's so weird, you don't think? Why was he on the ceiling? There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the world. I get confused. I don't know how to read situations. Things be crazy sometimes. Right? You know? That's kind of insane when you think about it. It's kind of insane. Whoa. Little do you know, I'm still up when you follow me. Little do you know, I'm still blinded by the memories. Little do you know, I'm trying to pick myself up piece by piece. Little do you know, I need a little more time. Follow me. Little do you know, I'm still haunted by the memories. Little do you know, I'm trying to pick myself up piece by piece. Little do you know, I need a little more time. Ellie! Okay, I'll call you Ellie. Jackson said it's insane. That's why I changed the law. I agree. I agree, man. But falling through the glass ceiling of a school is insane. Romeo, what's up? I see you. What's good? I'm still up. Little Dina, I'm still up. Little Dino, I'm trying to pick myself up piece by piece. Little Dino, need a little more time. Romeo had a cheesy grilled toast. Damn. Okay. Little do you know, I'm trying to pick myself up. What's up? What's up, Caesar? Who's Mig Pig on their mom's profile? Yes, we have another Ellie, I think. Jackson said, "What percentage of jobs do you think will still be humans in 2100?" I think that the future of humanity is we're gonna live in a post-work society, you know? I think that having a job is going to be seen as a symptom of a primitive society in hindsight. Caesar said, "What are you doing today?" I'm editing the book that I've been writing for the past year. Mig Pig, who is that? Who's Mig Pig? Jackson said, "Exactly. You know, having a job to survive is not even, I don't even think it's an ethical way of life when you think about it. Like, people should have their basic needs met and pursue what their calling is. Some people are doing great as plumbers because they love fixing things. Some people are doing great as lawyers because they like protecting people's rights and so forth and so on. You know? I think people should be working in the domain that they find interest in. Mingzu, what's up? How are you? Romeo said, "Do you think robots are dumb?" Not at all. Ellie asked me, "Do you believe in mermaids?" Nope, I don't believe in that. But I do think there's a lot of things that are in the ocean that we're not even aware of. It's a lot of light, man. Jesus. You know? Caesar, I'm good. I'm good today. I'm editing the book that I've been working on for the past year. It's inspired by my creative process with all the blue paintings. Romeo said, when I wake up at 3 a.m. and see a random dog dancing weirdly in my house and says nobody's going to believe you. I mean, no one's going to believe you. No one's going to believe that. Jackson said, I think that once a quadrant of the world farming computer jobs, if fully AI will become free for everyone and humans can do other things. Well, the problem is humans still. Okay, Jackson, what you're saying is true. What you're saying is true in the condition that we don't have to pay our bills. Because if there are no jobs and I still have to pay rent, then we have a big problem. That's the problem with this whole AI thing is. The problem with this whole AI thing is they want to automate everything, make everything efficient, get rid of the working class. And then the issue is, okay, if nobody has a job, then nobody has the money to spend on the product that you're making so efficiently because you got rid of everybody. Okay, see you soon, Ellie. Mingzu, I'm doing good. I had a good day. I feel good today. Romeo said I had 6 Krispy Kreme donuts. It was very delicious. You probably have an insane sugar high. 6 donuts? Krispy Kreme is good though. Jackson said, well, you don't have to pay for the food and fewer people have jobs. You know, I think humans still find value in providing value to other humans. I still think that humans care about status, unfortunately. Caesar said, I'm studying ELT now and I don't think it'll be placed by robots. What is ELT? Jackson said, well, that's my point. Once it's just AI is free. If it's AI is free, how is it? Okay, so if it's free, well, someone has to be running that business, right? Like if you're providing a business, well, not a business. If you're providing a service, isn't someone managing and financing that service? You think it's just happening for free? You think AI is consuming all of that energy for free? Unless the cost of producing energy goes tremendously down, I just don't see how any of these things are free. You know? And the issue, I think what you're talking about, Jackson, is this kind of world where everything is free and we don't have jobs. It sounds like it has a lot of it resembles socialism. And I don't know if you're aware of the history of socialism around the world. I don't know, man. The world is changing so much and so fast. Yeah, eventually, but technology is just moving fast. I also think we're going to see a generation. I think we're going to see a generation that's trying to move away from social media and move back into real life, back into live events. I think live events are going to be big, whether it's sports, comedy, art exhibitions. That's what I'm working on. I mean, live events are going to be big. That's just my opinion on it. Little do you know, I'm still talking about the memories. Little do you know, about the. Little do you know, I'm trying to pick myself up piece by piece. Little do you know, I need a little more time. Caesar said English language teacher. Oh, yeah. I think teachers are still going to be very important because teachers have the capacity to relate to the human experience But I also think, I don't know, sometimes I feel like AI might be a better teacher because it can repeat for as many times as you want. It has more patience, you know? So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. But everybody's panicking about AI. AI is gonna do this, you know? Jackson said, just once something can be completely operated by AI, it'll be free. The keywords being completely and eventually. Yeah, I think you're right, but just because it's free doesn't mean it's good, right? Just because it's free doesn't mean it's good, right? Right? Doesn't mean it's good, you know? Just because it's free that doesn't mean it's good. That's my outlook on it, you know? Okay, it can happen. It can happen. I think those things can happen. The question is, what jobs will be left? What damn jobs will be left if everything is going to be automated? Romeo said, I have something called orthotorophobia. It's where you're scared of grasshoppers. What? You're afraid of grasshoppers? There's a word for that? Space travel? Well, space travel is not a job, but I don't think we'll do much space traveling. Like, like going to the moon, maybe. I mean, Mars, I think Elon gave up on Mars, right? And Mars is a really harsh place for humans. I don't think people realize how great the Earth is because Earth, it's almost like Earth was designed with the very, very unique and rare attributes for humans to exist and evolve and all kinds of other species. Like, if you go on Mars, like, there is no species on Mars. The gravity is a lot weaker, radiation is insane. Um, so you would collapse on Mars, even if you have, it's just not a great place. Mars is a terrible place. And the moon is not the greatest either. Galactico, what's up, man? How have you been? My favorite show growing up was called Galactic Football. It was amazing. Actually inspired some of the parts in my book. Holy Spider said, I have a pet tarantula, and my friend says it's cute, but in reality he has arachnophobia. What is arachnophobia? Yeah, I swear every day I come I just learn new words. Jackson said, well, think about it. Once AI is doing most of the work down here, we are either going to expand or destroy each other. Why would we destroy each other? Because AI is doing the work. I think people destroy, the reason for most chaos is economic collapse or economic uncertainty. If people have all of the, if humans have all of their basic needs met, if everybody has shelter, if everybody has food and healthcare, I think we get rid of a lot of problems when we solve all those things. The reason why there's chaos and wars and things of that nature is people are fighting for resources. It's always economic. Romeo said, I have fear of all insects. I just don't know why. All insects? There's a lot of insects, bro. Prion, I'm good. How are you? Did you guys have a good Wednesday? Galactico said, guess how old I'm turning? I don't know. You're turning 12 maybe? Caesar said, I need to get some sleep. It's late, close to 12. Are you going to go live tomorrow? Maybe. I'm not sure if I'll go live tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'll go live tomorrow, Should I go live tomorrow? Do you guys want to see me tomorrow? Who wants to see me go live tomorrow? Caesar, if you're gonna get some sleep, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate the support. Nombi Jonga said, your English is amazing. Can you speak African language? Of course. I'm from Rwanda. I speak Kinyarwanda as well. I also speak French. Unholy Spiders said, hey, you didn't read my comment. Arachnophobia is fear of spiders. Got it. Got it. Ellie, what's up, Ellie? Galactico said, I gotta go. Wait, Galactico, you didn't tell us your age. Galactico, you're turning what? Are you turning 14, 15, 16? Jackson said, in my experience, most people ignore what they have and wish for what they don't. Take rich kids, for example. Most people ignore what they have. So given that I don't think people would just be happy, there is still racism and discrimination. You know what, Jackson? I think you're right. I think what you're trying to say is that people take what they have for granted. And that's true. People always take what they have for granted. But I think that there is I think there are healthy ways. There are healthier ways to fight for status. Like sports is a healthier way to fight for status. Intellect is a healthy way to fight for status. You know what? Okay, Jackson. Jackson, I think you're going to like this, okay? Jackson, promise me you'll do this. You need to go read this book. It's called The Player of Games by Ian Banks. And it's a book written in a civilization where abundance is prevalent and everybody has access to everything they want at any time, and machines are sentient, meaning machines have feelings like humans. It's a book that's way in the future in a civilization where there's a guy called Gerge who is the main character, and he lives in a world where everything, like humans have everything they want at any time. And the problem is he's seeking real consequences for his action because he's tired of having everything. He's tired of having no consequences to his actions. And and then his government discovers a far, far away planet where they still live like we do here on Earth, and people die for not succeeding at things. People have more drastic consequences for what they do. And he wants to go back to a world like ours. And I think you're going to like that book because it talks about the ramifications of living in a world where everything is given to you at any time you want, and you can age forever. You never get sick, and everything you want to eat and shelter, you have infinite of everything. You have an infinity of everything, basically. Caesar said, I was good to see you. Thank you, Caesar, for coming. Ellie is just chilling. Jackson said it will be easier to be happy, but I think it will still be very hard for a lot of people to live in harmony. You know, it's hard to get everybody to live along, man. It's hard. Mingzu, take care. Thanks for coming. Unholy Spider said phobia. Yeah, I know phobia means fear. It's from a Latin word, right? Ruby, what's up, Ruby? How are you? Dronga said, what time is it? It's 10:45 p.m. Jackson said there are always better ways to do something. I agree, but that doesn't mean it will happen. Yeah, Ellie has been dabbing. Jackson said, what's the name of the book again? The name of the book is called The Player of Games. It's called The Player of Games by Ian Banks. Ian Banks. Ianbanks. The Player of Games by Ian Banks. I think you're going to love that book. You know? Romeo said there's a movie called The Visit where two kids called Becca and Tyler visit their grandparents, but their grandparents act weird. There is still more parts. Okay, Romeo, what is... It's called The Visit. Interesting. So are you guys afraid of AI, or are you excited about AI? Like, what's your outlook on AI? What's your outlook on AI? What's your stance on AI? Chris, what's up? I see you. How have you been, Annalie, Chris? What's up? To be honest, I'm not too afraid about AI personally. I want to learn how to use AI to help me do a lot of the things that I do. Madison, what's up, Madison? Yes, I remember Madison, of course. Romeo said basically the grandparents are acting very strange. The grandpa has dozens of diapers with poop, and in the nighttime, the grandma goes crazy and runs around, but Becca and Tyler hear a knock. Okay. Okay, but Romeo, what's the point of this story? Like, what's the message? What's the message about this story that I should retain? Like, you know? What am I working on my computer? I'm editing the book that I wrote that's inspired by all the paintings I've done so far. Jackson said the meaning of life is to give life meaning. Since meaning can't be found, it's created, and meaning is generated from perspective, giving that two different people in the exact same situation would feel two entirely different things. So therefore, the meaning of life is to gain perspective. The meaning of life is to gain perspective. You can only gain perspective by moving. So if you move forward and you look back, that's a new perspective. If you move farther, that's a bigger perspective, and so on. Jackson said, so he, the guy in the book, found meaning through consequence, but there are many other ways to absorb meaning through something. End of the day, it's all really just a choice, and that's what I hope humanity realize. AI is doing everything for us so the humans can be as happy, as peaceful as they want. I mean, there is a world, in the book by Ian Banks, the world is called the culture. And in the world of the culture, what happens is what happens in that world is because what happens in that world is everybody finds meaning through status. Everybody is playing status defining games. And the main character has been so good at all the games, and now he wants real consequences out of game because when you lose a game, there's no consequences, right? And so, I think there is something to be said about real life consequences because they teach you about great discipline, resilience. Madison said, "Cool, are you going to publish the book?" Madison said, "Remember me when you're famous." Why are you guys so convinced that I'm going to be famous? Like, I literally have four people in here. Madison said, yeah, I'm going to publish the book hopefully very soon. I'm almost done editing the book. I think I'll finish editing it in the next 2 weeks. And then I'm going to have to find an agent. And then it's going to be so much work, man. There's always more work. That's my message to all of you young people out there. There's always more work. Always. There's always more. There's no end. Romeo said the message of the Visit movie is importance of forgiveness, letting go of past anger, and confronting family trauma. That's the message of all of our lives. Thank you. Madison said, "What's the book about and what age range is it? What age range?" I think it's young adult. And the book, in the book, I use architecture as a metaphor for relationships between people. Dominic said, "Do you like Cat's Eye, by the way?" I think Cat's Eye is someone who has come to my channel before. Assad said, "Are you an undercover famous person?" I'm not famous at all, I promise you. Madison said, "Slay." You guys are funny. Jackson said, "Meaning is always created, never given. So if you learn something from consequence, that's because you extract the meaning from it. It's the same reason why someone can say something very wise and someone might be fascinated by it. Another person might not even understand what they're saying. Everything is relative." All the Cat's Eye songs I know. Okay, so Jackson, what I'm trying to say is this. The whole point of life is to gain perspective, right? But the thing about perspective is for you to understand something, you need to understand a bunch of other things, right? You get what I'm saying? So for you to understand what a car is, you need to also understand what a wheel is because the wheel makes the car move. You understand? For you to understand darkness, you need to understand light. For you to understand light, you need to understand darkness and so on. So what's happening in the book is you have a guy who's winning at games, but he doesn't feel like he's winning because he hasn't experienced loss. He hasn't experienced the other side. And that's the thing about life. If you want to gain perspective, you need to live both sides of the fence. So if you lose for so long, then you'll understand what winning is. You can't even win. If you won your whole life, you don't even know what a win is. Like a win, when I say a win is a perspective. It's like, oh, I won. It's like, how did you win? What does that even, like, winning is relative to how much. I think the more you've lost, the bigger the win in your life. But what was happening to Gerge in the book is that Gerge has basically never really lost. So he's trying to feel a real win. He's trying to feel something. And then Jackson, okay, Jackson, the bigger conversation, Jackson, the bigger and scarier conversation is that every human emotion, every human experience is just a bunch of chemical reactions in your brain that can be simulated again, over and over again. Jackson said, "Anyway, I'm definitely gonna read it, and I think that's a great idea. I think you're gonna love the book, man." Madison said, "Debut internet girl, got it." Dominic said, "Finally someone answered. Bro, thanks for reading the message. Not a lot of people do it." Okay, Dominic, nice to see you here. Ali said, "I just joined. What are you guys talking about?" We're talking about AI. Are you guys scared of AI? Are you excited about AI? Are you an icon, Madison? Romeo said, Yan, do you think swearing makes you live longer? No, not really. Jackson said, when you say that you need to understand other things to fully understand one thing, that's what you're actually saying is that you can never fully understand something because there's always deeper. Um, that's true. I think you're right. Maybe I'm never fully understanding. Maybe I'm very surface. Jackson said layers to something, and you can never fully extract all meaning from one thing because everything is connected. And to fully understand one thing is to fully understand everything. Yeah. Damn, Jackson is a philosopher. Assad said, what book are you talking about? We're talking about The Player of Games. The name of the book is called The Player of Games by Ian Banks. It's the book I'm reading right now. You know, Madison is a big icon, massive icon fan. Jackson said, to be clear, I agree with you. Lose te- Jackson said, losing teaches us to appreciate what we already have. Exactly. So I think people need to lose more. Assad said, I like AI as a tool, but it should not think for us. I agree. I think AI, even for me, I use AI to edit some of the lines I write sometimes, but I don't use AI to create the lines. I use AI to edit the lines. Jackson said, I agree with that if that's what you're saying. Okay. Romeo said, I gotta go by. Okay, Romeo, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Madison. Said cat's eye, they are so gnarly. Uh-huh. Assad said, what's your favorite YouTube channel? Mine's is kind of strange. I don't have a favorite, you know, I don't know. I don't have a favorite. I don't have a favorite, I don't have a favorite YouTube channel. Is that a thing that people do? Like, people have favorite YouTube channels? I don't know. I don't have a favorite YouTube channel personally. I don't. It's true. I mean that. I've been to the bank like, oh, 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 Jacob, what's up, Jacob? Nice to see you. Madison is saying, guess what? I'm getting a new kitten. Man, I'm happy for you. I was thinking about getting a new dog, but I don't think I'll get one. Assad said, what place do you really want to travel to? Mine's is Medina. Where is Medina? Where do I want to travel to? I want to go to Senegal. I want to go to Senegal. I want to go to Ethiopia. I want to go to Mexico. Slicky, what's up, Slicky? Slicky was here yesterday. Jacob, have you been? Jacob, I think you came yesterday when I think you came yesterday. I think you came yesterday when I was sketching, so I didn't get to talk to you. But how have you been, Jacob? You good? How are you? You know? Ali, can you stop? Ali, stop trolling me. Jackson said, if you had to suggest a job for me, what would you pick? Because right now, I have a couple ideas, but I'm not sure. Wait, Jackson, how old are you? Jacob said, some is saying some's behind you. I can. Yeah, time him out. Time him out. Madison, I see you. Madison, please don't spam. Don't spam, Madison. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jackson said 15. Yo, Jackson, you're so young. You're so young, Jackson. Jackson, you have like a whole life ahead of you. You have a whole life ahead of you. Jacob said, I'm younger, of course. All of you guys are so young. You guys are so young, but all of the older people that have come to my channel and told me they came to my channel, they don't interact in the chat. So some people like to watch me and not say anything, basically, which I think is weirder. Jackson said, I feel like I've lived tens of lives already. That's normal. It's because when you're young, you don't have much going on. So time is very slow. But as you get older, time is gonna disappear. It's almost like it's gonna like vanish from under your feet. You know? Up into the bank like Laura is crocheting. Oh wow. Can you show us what you're crocheting in the community page, please? Diva, what's up? I see you. How is it like in Rwanda? Like, what do you mean, what is it like? Are you asking me, what are you asking about Rwanda? You know? Oh, how is it like to live in Rwanda? You know, to be honest, living in Rwanda has been pretty peaceful for me, which is important for the kind of creative work that I do. You know, I think you would like Rwanda. Right now, we're like in the rainy season, from what I'm seeing. I mean, we're in the rainy season right now, but it's beautiful. Jackson said, "Why did you pick that PRF pick? What is that?" Jacob said, "I'm in a war with Iran, and they said they were bombing some places. One is where I live." Wait, Jacob, where do you live again? PRF pick? Wait, Jackson, what are you talking about? Oh, my profile picture? Yeah, it means something. It relates to the blue stroke thing. It's my blue stroke logo. What do you mean you got attacked in Ohio? They said they were gonna bomb in Ohio. Why would they bomb in Ohio? Ray said, "It's me again. Remember me? Can I see all your drawings?" Ray, I don't remember Ray. Jackson said, "Do you have a religion?" Yes, I grew up Catholic. I grew up Catholic, guys. Jackson said, "What is Catholic again?" I don't mean to be offensive. What is Catholic? One of the most well-known religions in the world. you know, Google it. Who else is here, man? I'm gonna end this live in 5 minutes, I think. I've been live for an hour now. Assad is Muslim. Shout out to all my Muslims going through Ramadan right now. Cat's Eye, what's up? Elsa, how have you been, Elsa? Who had a good Wednesday? Who had a good Wednesday? Elsa said I'm the last one. Not really. Jackson said my Google Tech time got stopped. My parents don't let me use tech. Oh. You have tech time? I don't even know what that is. Tech time? Johari Wandi, what's up, Wandi? What's up, Johari? I don't think I've ever seen Johari. I think I will. March, what's up, March? March, I see you. What's up? Jackson said, "Do you guys believe that Jesus is God?" Not in my religion. God and Jesus are different. Jacob, March, say hi to Jacob, man. You guys are the last mods I have. Johari said, "I believe Jesus as my prophet and Allah is my God. I'm Muslim." Shout out to all of my Muslims going through Ramadan right now. Mingzu is back. What's up? Jacob said, anyway, if you could pick any age to die, what age would you pick? If I could pick an age to die, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe before my entire body's hurting. So I would say like 88 maybe. I don't know. March finish his project. Appreciate that. Jacob said, "Why are we the last?" You're the last because I had a problem with Ty. I had a little problem with Ty, but I forgave him. And then Alex said he wanted to leave, so Alex is not a mod anymore. And then Avery's not a mod anymore. And then Peekaboo's not a mod anymore. And then David is not a mod anymore. Jenny's not a mod anymore. A bunch of people are not mods anymore, you know? There's only a few mods left, but at the same time, my community has not grown so much more, you know? What about Gurdeep? Gurdeep is still a mod, but he doesn't come as much, you know? That's the other thing about Gurdeep. Gurdeep and Gurga. Gurga. Dahlia, what's up, Dahlia? Dahlia said, hey, we are not know what happened to you in your past, your childhood. We are going to know what's happening in your childhood. What is Dahlia saying? Ved said, bro, where from you? Are you asking where I'm from? Read the pin chat if you're new here. So Jackson, I used to have a rule for people to become mods, but I just don't have I'm not adding any more mods anymore. I had too many mods in the beginning and I just want to I want to stop adding mods because my community is not much bigger. Strike said, "Do you know Manuel Neuer?" Of course. One of the best goalies in the history of football. Jackson said, "I just heard that MF retired from being a mod." Yes. It's not that serious, Jackson. Strike said W. Of course, I'm a big football fan. I don't watch as much as I used to, but I'm still a fan. You know, I'm still a fan for sure. I'm still a fan. You know, West Squad said love from Karachi. Shout out to Karachi. Wait, where's Karachi? Know It Better said, "Hi, bro. Can you explain what this stream is about?" So I've been telling people about this book that I'm gonna put out, which is inspired by all of the paintings on my channel and all the drawings on my channel. Strike said Karachi is in Pakistan. Shout out to Pakistan. Shout out to Strike for enlightening me. Elaine, what's up? Elaine Droom, what's up? Neuer or Buffon? Oh, that's hard. Neuer or Buffon? Those are two of the best goalies ever. Am I Somali? No. Can you read the pin chat, please? Rhyme Stoney said, "I am Japanese. Can you say something? I'll teach you how to say something." Yeah, teach me how to say something in Japanese. Teach me how to say, "My name is Yan." Y-A-N. My name is Yan. Elaine said, "Iran or USA? Who's going to win?" I mean, that's pretty obvious. What Squall said, "Neuer, my favorite. Is he still playing in Germany?" I don't know. But Neuer was a GOAT. Neuer was a GOAT for sure. I'll tell you that much. Mohammed said, "Are you a Real Madrid fan?" Yes, man. I've always been Madrid my entire life. Rhymestone said, "Ariki Asai Yan." Am I saying it right? Ariki. Ariki Asai Yan. What Squad said, "Oh no, Germany is in this World Cup." Damn. Elaine said, "I'm from Montenegro." Where is that? Is that in South America? I think that's in South America, no? Am I wrong? Rhyme Stoney. So Rhyme Stoney, where in Japan are you? Are you in Tokyo? Are you in Kyoto? Are you in Yakushima? Know It Better said, "Your drawings are of different kinds. I've seen it first like these. Would you explain scope of the drawings of this category?" What do you mean by scope? Like the size of them? What do you mean? My goal is to do an exhibition around the world showing you guys my work. That's my goal. Mohammed said, "Man City vs Real Madrid prediction." I'm always on Real Madrid side. Elaine said, "It's south of Europe." Got it. I haven't been to the south of Europe. I've never been to like Spain, Portugal, Italy. I've never been to any of those countries. Brazilian hat off said, "Il est absent, Monsieur Jerry." Yeah, I also speak French. Strike said, "Neuer is the best goalkeeper because he finished third in Ballon d'Or 2014 behind Messi and Ronaldo. Apparently, he was better than Messi that year." Yeah, I agree. I remember that year. I think he should have gotten it that year. That was messed up. Rhymestone said, "I'm in Tokyo right now. I'm going to see my grandparents." Have a good time with your grandparents, man. Rhymestoney. Elaine is near Greece. Okay. Jackson said, "Are you fluent in French?" You know, my French is as good as my English. My French is as good as my English. Yeah. Charles. Ruzane hano, Ruzane cyangwa Ruma. I'll be back. Iki? Warumaye. Okay, I'm back. I'm back and I'm better. Jacob said, Yan in Chinese means beautiful. Thank you, man. Yo, Strike, I wish you the best on your exam tomorrow, okay? Jackson has a French exam tomorrow. How good is your English? How good is your English, Jackson? How good is your English, man? Shout out to Strike for putting the Rwandan flag at the forefront of my chat right now. Jackson said it's my first language, so I say pretty good. Damn. So English is secondary. You know, I could do this whole live in French, but the problem is English is such a bigger market than French. French is a very small market, you know? Unfortunately. Strike said English is my second language. So what's your first language? What's your first language? All I need. Jacob has to go. Take care, Jacob. Thanks for coming. I appreciate all of you for coming, man. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you that have been supporting me for months. Jacob, how long have you been supporting me? All right, Jacob, if you gotta go, I appreciate you for being here. Mohammed said, "Who's going to win the Ballon d'Or?" I have no idea. I'm not keeping up as much anymore, you know? I'm just being honest with you. Mbappe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win. I just don't know. Strike said Bayern. Jackson said, "Are you good at math? Like better than the average person?" Math was one of my favorite subjects in school. But I think I was pretty average. I don't think I was a genius at it, you know? Mohamed said Mbappe is injured the rest of the season. Yeah, probably. Most likely. Haaland is going unstable. I heard Haaland is incredible, man. I heard Haaland is incredible. Vini is getting into the top 10. I also heard Vini was great. Jackson said, nah, this guy is good at singing, art, languages, and math. This man stole all my brain cells and was like, too bad. Yo, Jackson, I'm really more into the arts, you know. I was not a genius in like the sciences, you know. I was very average at chemistry. I was bad at physics. I was bad in biology. Um, I was okay at math. I was really good with languages. I've always been good with languages, you know. You feel me? All right, Strike. Thank you for coming, man. Goodbye. Take care. I wish you the best on your exam. Mohammed said Arsenal are going to win the Champions League because they will go to easy path. Man, Arsenal is not gonna win. It's not gonna win the Champions League. Yeah, I'm sorry. When's the last time Arsenal won the Champions League? Jackson, take care, man. Thank you for coming. Thanks to all the people that supported me today. Oh my God, it's raining right now, man. It's raining deep. It's raining deep right now.